better put that in.
I won't. I'll cut it out.
No, I said you better put it in.
Oh, you want me to? You walk on water?
Yeah.
Okay, honey.
Right, next one.
Is it bands next?
Bands, yeah.
Oh, kill him. Oh,
Right, I'm gonna...
kill him.
Let me send a text.
Come on, honey. Send your text, honey.
You go on, you can start. I'm gonna do a rock beat over your intro, go on.
You all what?
I'm gonna start it with banana, and you're gonna go, "What's up, guys? It's your boy banana." You ready?
You're a fucking melt.
You ready?
Wait, hang on. I need to sort out my fucking fifth band. I thought I had it, but I don't. I'm changing it. I'm second guessing myself.
Yeah, Dylan, it's ba-da-da-da. You're like, "What's up, guys? It's your boy banana, Sully." And then we just talk normally.
You're an actual melt. Alright, sweet.
Ready?
Yep.
Alright, count me in.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? It's your boy. Sully. Dank memes. Yeah, what's going on? I'm your boy Sully. Welcome to episode 11 of the Real Talk Rants. As always, I'm joined by the boy.
Raz, love, the video.
The old guy.
I just squeaked.
Oh my god, actual mess. But yes,
as you can see by the title, top 5 bands. We said we were going to do it.
We're doing it. We said we were going to. It's happening. We don't chat shit on this show, boys.
Band number 5, Sully.
Band number 5. Oh, kill him. Oh, you're not going to give them a layout of the episode or anything.
Huh?
Come on, salt. What were you going to say?
So just to let you know, if you haven't seen any of our top 5s, not the top 5 bands best ever that we think are the best bands. Our personal favourite bands that have affected us over the years and made us slam our heads against the wall too.
Made us want to hurt ourselves.
Yeah. So the way we'll do it is 5 to 1. We'll talk about every band a little bit. Yeah, it's good fun. Let us know in the comments your top 5 bands. That'd be great. Let us know if you have any ideas for any other podcasts. Make sure you...
if you're just concerned about us as people, then be sure to give your kind words in the comment.
Number 5, Dylan?
We start off on mine then. Alright, sweet. So, my number 5... Well, let me start off by saying this was a really awkward top 5 for me to pick. Because as expressed in the episode about singers that came out a few days ago, I don't listen to that many singers. The majority of my music is bands, rappers, that sort of thing. And that's why it made it very difficult to choose these. But yeah. Anyway, my number 5 is going to be My Chemical Romance. For anyone who doesn't know these guys or hasn't ever listened to these guys, you should. If you're into sort of like heavier, punky, pop-punky stuff, sort of post-hardcore, a little bit alternative sort of thing, but very, very emo, I'd highly recommend My Chem. Highly recommend My Chem. A band I listened to for years. Back when I was a chav and wanted to be dappy from N-Dubs, I used to take the mick out of my sister for listening to bands like this. Dudes who wear skinny jeans, they're pale as fuck, they wear eyeliner, their hair's straightened and black. That was the stuff that I used to laugh at. And then I hit like 13 years old and I turned into one. I never wore eyeliner. That was something I never did. I was always quite pale anyway, just because I'm Irish and I never went outside. But started wearing skinny jeans. There was a long point where everyone thought I was gay. But can confirm I'm not, just in case anyone was wondering. But yeah, My Chem, listed them since like 2013, similar with all these bands, but My Chem listed them since 2013, so I would have been only like 16 when I first started fucking with these guys. Wait, what? No. Oh no, I was 13. Ignore me. I'm a mess. But yeah, first thing I really started listening to was like I'm Not Okay. They had stuff released even before that. They had an album called Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, which was like their first major release. Absolutely incredible. Songs like Helena, Jesus Christ, I can't remember because I haven't listened to them in so long. But basically, they're a band who I've fucked with for a long time. They make incredible music, have an awesome sound, and I was very, very sad when they split up in like 2013. I remember I was playing football at goals with my mates, and my friend Vic just looked over to me and went, Dylan, my chem have broken up. And I was like, alright, I have to sit down for 20 minutes and sort my life out a bit. But yeah, my chem are my number 5 because they're a dank band. I'd highly recommend.
Danko. Danky.
Yeah.
My number 5. Where's my list gone?
You lost your list.
Oh, here you go. Skillet.
Shambles.
Skillet. Skillet pop. No, I'm joking. Now Skillet. I don't know. Like ever since I've been playing COD, which is like when did COD 4 come out? 2007.
2007, yeah.
So 10 years ago.
Long time.
I don't know if I've been listening to Skillet that long, but I'll let you know. 2009 was when 08 came out, which is the album I fucking jammed to.
I remember I streamed and I was talking to Jake in my chat, and I was like, if I started playing anything like this when I was streaming with you two, I'd be getting judged for it. And you went through my VOD, and when you were like, Dylan, what the fuck are you talking about? Acting like I don't listen to Skillet. And I was like, whoa, my bad.
And then I played fucking Skillet all day to prove a point and sang every fucking song.
I'm sorry, alright?
Yeah. I don't know why I went through your VOD. I think Jake told me something funny happened. Or something.
Probably. He was there for like 4 hours when everyone else left, so probably some funny shit went down.
But yeah, Skillet was my montage. Hero was my montage song.
Mate.
Probably for 2 years, every montage I made, that song.
That was one of like the ones. There's like few songs or bands that pop up when you think of like COD montages. There's like Crown the Empire, who are actually starting to blow up a little bit more now. Hero by Skillet was in a lot of them. But yeah, they were definitely like a montage band for a long time, and then again they blew up. I haven't heard much about them in the past few years, but
I just like their old shit, to be honest.
Yeah, they're a good band. Good band.
Yeah, that's my. What's your number 4, boy? Yeah?
My number 4. Got to chuck it out to my boys, Fall Out Boy.
Do you know what? I nearly put them on. I was very close to putting them on.
I was very close to not putting them in, and then I remembered Take This to Your Grave, which is an incredible album. It's like their debut album again. Fall Out Boy, a band I've listened to for years on end. Absolutely love them to bits. Their newer stuff is a little bit meh, but they've taken a lot of risks in terms of jumping into new, like, different genres and sort of like changing their sound a lot. They've changed their sound of essentially every album they've released, and they've... How many have they done? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Their 7th album comes out in January of next year. But yeah, these guys have always had a very good, like, they started off a very pop-punky sound. They've sort of evolved and changed it with every release they've done. And that shows in a lot of the, like, features they have on their tours and things. Like, they took Black Bear and Jaden Smith on tour in America last year, or this year even, which just shows how different those sort of artists are. Like, they're not typically associated acts that you'd think of with, like, a pop-punk band. And I think at one point he had... he had like Wiz Khalifa on a tour, I think, and stuff like that. Like, these guys have had ridiculous features, and they've always dabbled in the rap game and that sort of thing. I'm very excited for their new album. Very excited for their new album, but I've literally fucked with everything they've released. A lot of people have sort of fallen off with their stuff. over the last few years, just 'cause they're not feeling it like I do. But because I have that sort of like palette in terms of musical taste, I've sort of stuck with them, and I really enjoy everything they release. So that's why they're my like 4th place. What about yours, Raznuf?
So Raznuf is a very big 21 Pilots fan.
Oh.
So 21 Pilots is my 4th. I don't know why they're not higher. Oh, I do, because the 3 bands above them are more my favourite. That would probably be why they're 4th. So I've been listening to 21 Pilots since 2013. Holding On To You, I literally listened to that song for a month, probably straight.
Yeah.
Literally, the whole song, I haven't heard it in 6 months. I can probably tell you every lyric. Taking hold of my body back and controlling my shawty. No, I'm joking.
They were like my going to work band. I used to fuck with them loads. Before they, as hipster and as weird as it sounds to say, before they blew up and went mad mainstream with like
with
their
Blurryface.
more recent shit. I used to fuck with them. Like, I used to listen to them loads. I remember being sat in ICT with my mate Vic. I'm mentioning him a lot, but because he listens to this music as well. But I was like sat in ICT. He'd always have like car radio on the music video on, and my mate would be sat there taking the piss out of it. He always used to go, "Oh, Dylan, you listen to these?" I was like, "Yeah, I used to." Not so much anymore, because I don't know, like, I like their music, I love their music, don't get me wrong, it just annoys me that their fans are all like 12 years old.
Oh my god.
And then after seeing them at Reading as well, and the stuff that happened to him in the crowd, I was like, Jesus Christ.
What happened?
Reading 2016, if I'm correct. Yeah, it wasn't this year. 2016, he went onto the crowd, which a lot of artists do, fair enough, and they started like tearing his clothes, robbed his shoes. He was on the mic screaming to I can't remember their names. It's Josh and
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, he was screaming to the drummer to stop the set, and obviously he couldn't hear him because he's got earbuds in. He's in his element, drumming, whatever. And then he had to climb up like a radio tower to get away from this crowd. And there was like pictures of him looking like he'd just been dragged through a hedge backwards and completely destroyed as a person. And there were like issues with whether they'd want to come back to England and stuff like that. But yeah, like, I fuck with them a lot. Like I said, they were one of my going to work bands. I remember I used to just cycle into Fort Park every day, and I'd listen to like Blurryface like on repeat. And they're a very good road trip band as well. I remember like driving up to York and Leeds, and they were all we listened to for like 4 or 5 hours. But yeah, very good band. Solid choice.
What's your third, boyo?
My number 3 is going to be A Day to Remember.
Yeah.
Day to Remember, big band for me. We're supposed to go see... Oh, well, I'll start off from the beginning. A band I listened to again for years.
Wait, I have Day to Remember third too.
Oi, oi. But yeah, a band I've always enjoyed, like, really fucked with their shit for a long time. And was very unlucky to not go and see them in 2013 when I was supposed to. I remember my sister bought me tickets to their gig at Alexandra Palace. It was just after Common Courtesy dropped, if I remember correctly. So it was like the one they were recording for like a special DVD release of like their tour, and I got flooded in. I remember I tweeted at them showing I had tickets, wasn't able to leave my house. Nothing came of that, but luckily, was it this year? Luckily this year I actually went to see them in in Cardiff. Me and my mate Georgia went out there like 2 days after my birthday, and absolutely incredible gig. Ridiculously fun to go and watch, and they were being supported by loads of ridiculously good bands as well. That was the first time I saw Moose Blood live, Newfound Glory, who are an incredible like older pop punk band that I massively fuck with, but barely anyone seems to know. And then first time I saw Neck Deep as well, so that was awesome. But yeah, absolutely love A Day to Remember. I get to this stage every year where it's like mid to late November, start of December, where they're the only band I would listen to, and it happened for like 4 years in a row, and I have no idea why. I realized it again the other day. I was like scrolling through my time hop, and I was like tweeting about them and how I hit this phase at the end of like every year where they're all I listen to. But yeah, I really want to see them live again. Cannot wait for them to do another tour. Hoping it's in the next like 2 years or so, because I don't want to wait that long again. But awesome band, like so good.
Like crazy. That's why they're my third too.
Yeah.
So
I
should
love
we
them.
do? Do you want to do my second?
Mate, go in depth about a date to remember. Come on.
What do you mean? Like you basically
Talk
just
about
covered
it.
it. Like I fucked with them. Hold on, let me get dates because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to do this. Common courtesy is my shit. 2013, yeah. Also listened to Separates Me From You
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Homesick was dank. For Those Who Have a Heart, another incredible album. They
Yeah.
did a cover of Since You've Been Gone as well, which is sick.
Homesick.
So good.
Homesick's really good.
Um,
All the songs I listen to are mostly from Homesick.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh my god, though. Having Jeremy sing lines from If It Means a Lot to You when I was 3 rows back, looking into my eyes as he did it, oh my days. That's up there with like when Logic started spitting with us. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. 3 rows back, and I had him stare into my eyes and sing like lines from one of their saddest songs. Jesus Christ. I don't know how I wasn't bawling. I don't know how I wasn't crying there, like 3 rows back, but yeah, Jesus Christ. I love them so much.
yeah, literally, man. So my second, I don't know if you'll know this band.
Hit me.
Last Night.
Yeah, I do know them. I
Uh,
listened to their stuff like over summer a bit.
this band for me, I'm not even joking. This band for me, I heard them. Let me. I don't want to sound hipster, but I found this band when they had 1,000 views on their biggest song.
Fairs. Yeah, I remember listening
When
to their
they
like Hook
released
Island album and
Radioactive,
stuff.
their cover of it. Oh,
Yeah,
it changed my life.
They're a huge cover band, aren't they?
Yeah.
Their Humble cover. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Some
No
of their,
one covers Kendrick,
yeah,
but
did
they
you hear
did.
it?
And it was sick.
Yeah.
Jesus
Their song
Christ.
Sunrise
Yeah.
and Same Old War for me is one of those songs that I will fuck with for the rest of my life.
War. Yeah,
Fit other things without a core. Oh my god, like Jesus. This band for me it could not be my top two. It would have been first if it weren't for the band that I fuck with the most.
It wasn't the band that number one.
Every cover, I don't think I've heard bad songs. That's a lot, but like their covers are insane. Their Age of Ignorance album is mad, like actually mad. I really fuck with this band.
Yeah, I dabbled in them. Some of their
I've
covers.
heard they're not as good live, so I probably won't go to see them live. But I like them online.
It makes sense to like see a band live at least once.
I've heard it's really bad.
But then, right, I'm not gonna talk about this just yet because
I've
it's
heard
one of the bands that are in
So
my
I've
top
heard
two,
that this band. So let's say if they're a 10 on Spotify, they're like a 1 live.
Yeah.
Like, apparently it's really bad. So we'll keep them to the Spotify because I don't want to ruin my.
We'll stick to Spotify.
Yeah. So what's your second, Boo?
My number two is a bit of a weird one. It's a bit of an annoying one to say, just because of us. Like we did a whole episode about issues with this sort of music a couple of weeks ago, but it's gonna be Neck Deep. For anyone who doesn't know, I've seen Neck Deep 5 times this year. I only started properly listening to them like about a year and a half ago at the start of uni when I met my mate Georgia and they were like all she listened to. We like bonded over Neck Deep and State Champs at a Halloween party when we took over the music in the kitchen. And a band I've like really not given enough credit to when I initially like listened to them years ago, but then started listening to them again. Have become a massive like fan of their shit. Their latest album is incredible. Peace and the Panic. I would highly recommend it to anyone who's into like pop punk music. They won like best British band this year, which they've struggled to do for many years because there are a lot of incredible British bands out there. Majority of the time they're a lot heavier, so it's rare for like a pop punk band to get that sort of credibility. But yeah, they did it. All of their albums are sick. Life's Not Out to Get You is awesome. Peace and the Panic is incredible. And then like Rain in July and History of Bad Decisions are also sick. And then there's Wishful Thinking as well, which is dope. But yeah, all of the stuff they've released I really enjoy. It's just annoying for me to put them on this list because when all of these accusations came out about bands and members of bands, there were like at least 4 members of this band who were involved in like an issue. Not going to delve too much into it, because if you listen to this sort of music, you probably know. But yeah, like, I don't know. You know you fuck with a band if you're more than willing to go see them 5 times in a year. And I would hands down do it again. I saw them twice in 1 week. Once at like the O2 Academy Brixton, and then once up in Manchester with my girlfriend, and it was sick. Cried at both of those shows when they started playing Wish You Were Here. And yeah, like they're such a good band, and it's just very annoying that all of these things have happened over the past like month and a half or whatever. But I couldn't not put them in there just because of how massive they've been for me this year, how awesome I find their music, and just like, yeah, it was, I don't know, it just felt weird to put them in, but I kind of felt like I had to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my number 2. Now it's the big one.
I don't know what your one is.
That's a big one.
I don't think your number 1 will be the same as my number 1.
I can't imagine it would be.
It might. Well,
I don't know.
So
We'll
my number 1 is Bring Me.
Oh yeah.
There isn't a band I have listened to more. You could play the whole of Sepraternal. I would know every song. The older music I dabble with, depending. It's a lot heavier than I normally listen
Chelsea
to.
Smile, that sort of thing.
It's a lot heavier than I normally listen to. Like, I'll fuck with it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, Sepraternal for me is like the perfect album in rock. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's.
Sempiternal was a banging album. Like, an incredible
album.
Out of the stuff they've dropped, I think it's their best.
Oh
like,
yeah, they haven't
easily.
It's one of those albums where like every song is 100% different. But they're all songs that will make a mosh pit.
Yeah.
That you can fucking scream to, and you can just vibe with. Yeah. But they're not too heavy where
like their older stuff, like from Suicide Season.
Yeah,
and that sort of thing.
But you can chill to this as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then like their newer stuff is alright. Like I'm not. So
I fucked with That's the Spirit.
Yeah. So the thing that I understood with That's the Spirit is that he can't scream anymore. Ollie can't scream. His voice is fucked. Like, I 100% get why they had to do this.
Oh yeah.
Like, what else could they do?
Because when they first started as a band, like, they came out swinging. Like, their first releases were banging, really fucking heavy. The sort of shit that, like, real hardcore listeners will really fuck with. But Ollie just wasn't screaming properly. And it hasn't ruined the band. It just meant they had to evolve their sound. And they've done a ridiculously good job of that. Like, a really good job of that. Because even with Sempiternal, he still wasn't able to scream like he could back in the day. But Sempiternal's still an incredible album. Like, if you ask most Bring Me fans, they'll probably say Sempiternal's their best stuff.
It's perfect. You know what I mean?
It is.
I know every song on the album, probably every word, I can imagine. Which is a testament to how good it is. Because I can't do that with many artists or albums.
This is true. This is very true.
What's your number one, Dylan?
My number one, my big boy. My number one isn't that difficult to guess if you know me as a person. It's Blink-182. Blink-182, a band that everybody knows, no matter what. They know at least one of their songs because they've had like 4 or 5 of their older songs go ridiculously mainstream, even though the main one that went mainstream was to take the piss out of mainstream boy bands, and it like had the opposite effect that they originally intended. But yeah, Blink-182 like blew up in the 90s. They dropped their first album in like 92, I think. And they've evolved so well as a band since. I finally got to see them live, like with a VIP experience this summer with my boy Vic, who I'm only friends with because Blink-182 exist. So getting to meet them was incredible. We were able to like actually have a conversation with Mark, who was one of the people who got me into music and playing bass, like back when I used to do it all the time. And we got like a picture with them. We got to see their sound check, and it was just so dope being able to like be feet away from people you aspired to be like at one point. Because if most of you probably didn't know, I used to be in a band. It was a really shitty band, basically a load of Blink-182 wannabes before my balls had dropped, so I was squeaky as fuck. We have a demo out there somewhere on the internet, but I won't give you any more information or links towards that. But yeah, we aspired to be like Blink-182. They disappeared for a few years, they bounced back, they dropped a bit of an iffy album, and then they had like a change in personnel in the band. Tom DeLonge, who was their original guitarist, ended up leaving. He started focusing more on his personal life and that sort of thing. He does a lot of comic books, and he does a lot of work on alien hunting, which is very weird to say, but that's all you can put it down to, because that dude has spent so much time, effort, money into solving this as a thing, like aliens being real and wanting to prove it, that he had to leave something he spent a lot of his teenage life involved in. Then they released California, which is one of the few albums I have signed, and that's like when we got to go see them. Like me and my mate Vic were having a conversation, we were FaceTiming, we both had a bit of money in our accounts, and we were just like, there's only VIP tickets left to go see Blink, should we do it? And it like no thinking went into it at all, because most things, because VIP experiences are really expensive. We spent like 150 each, something like that, ridiculous like that, which for any gig is a lot of money, no matter who it is, no matter how long you listen to them. But there was no real thought process in it. Like as soon as we realised we had enough, it was done. So I went up to Leeds, got to go see them after waiting for years and years, because Vic's seen them like 3 times, I think, at Reading, when they toured after releasing Neighbourhoods, and like Leeds, obviously, and then yeah, just to be able to go see a band you've literally listened to since you were like 6 years old, that you've made so many friends just because this band exists. I have a group of friends that we literally started talking on Facebook because we were on a Blink fan page. We started having Skype conversations. I've met 2 of them. One of them's the guy me and Vic got to stay in Germany with, our boy Benji. He was part of that little group of people. There's another girl called Carol who we still need to meet. A girl called Megan. There's so many people that I've come to know because this band exists, and so many friendships I've made because this band exists, and so much of my like teenage life experience happened because Blink-182 existed. They had to be my number one. Like they were my band in terms of initially getting me into this sort of thing, and they've been there from the beginning of like pop punk as a real thing, and they're still around now. Like, they're all in their 40s. All the members are in their 40s. They've been around since, like, 1992. Like, maybe even before that. I think they formed in 92, so they've been around for, like, 25 years, which is nuts to think about. But, yeah, like, Absolutely incredible band. Love them to bits. Very glad I got to go see him this year. Is probably why 2017's been one of the better years of my life. So I've managed to do a lot in terms of music. With most of the gigs I've been to have been this year, and Blink 182 was up there as one of the best in terms of musical experience. But you know how you mentioned with Our Last Night how they were supposedly not that good live?
Mm-hmm.
I heard so many bad things about Blink live and they were all wrong. All of them.
Well, they were bad.
I don't know whether they were incredible live.
Mm-hmm.
So good. I was able to Vic started crowd surfing, and if you know how close me and Vic are, you know that's fucking incredible for either of us to do because we're both anxious wrecks. But to do it at a Blink concert with so much meaning behind the fact that we are Blink fans was just nuts. I don't know, man. I don't even know how to put it into words, but it was just nuts. Is all I can say. But yeah, that's why Blink are my number one, because they have to be. They literally had to be. There was no one else I could put as my number one in terms of influence on me as a person, influence on the shit I'm into in terms of music, influence on me in terms of stuff that I wanted to do and aspired to be at one point. And just to have met them and been that close with them for a short space of time was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Whew. That was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
That was a lot of talking.
Super fan.
Little bit. I stan my boys.
Tomorrow's episode is gonna be
so hard to do. So hard to do.
What, the bands?
No, not the band.
Oh, tomorrow's one?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's episode... No, tomorrow's is the one that you wanted to do. And then
yeah, Jesus.
So tomorrow's episode's going to be good for a Dylan. It's a Dylan episode tomorrow. Not going to be a lot of Ryan in this one.
Thank mans.
But you're gonna enjoy it. All the Sully fans are gonna like this one.
My boys.
Can confirm.
Be there in the comments.
Yeah.
What's your word for the episode, Ryan?
Self-proclaimed. Fuck!
Same.
That's it. Yeah, bye.
Self-proclaimed fuck.
I'm not talking for the rest of this episode, bye.
Alright, yeah. Thank you guys for coming out, as always. This has been Real Talk Rants, episode 11. Top 5 bands. Be sure to give us your listens in the comments below. And try and work out what Ryan's word of the episode was. Because
anyone does it, I'll shout you out on my Insta.
That's actually a decent shout out to get, to be honest. You're going to have girls in the DMs if Ryan gives you a shout out. That's all I'll say.
I mean, all I'm saying is I've got an 89% follow rate of women. So,
yeah.
Just saying.
So, yeah. Be sure to listen out to get that shout out, boyos.
Mate, I don't even know what I said. So, I do. But, ooh. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Peace on the streets. Fun.
Schlang.